What's up, guys? You got your next math lesson, Distributive Property, Chapter 4, Lesson 5. And today, instead of just my voice, you get to actually watch me teach it, which is very exciting, and hopefully this really does help you. So let's just...
Enough of that, Mr. C. Kids, today your math lesson is brought to you by Asgard. Can't wait to get right into it. You didn't know Thor had a math minor, did you? So, kids, if you could please write distributive property in your notes. It means to distribute or break apart. Today our math lesson is going to focus on a review of the distributive property, which we covered in Chapter 2, Lesson 4. So if you could please also write these equations in your notes, and I'll go over the first one with you. So in the first example, we have 8 times 7 plus 23. So in order to properly distribute the number 8, we will break apart the 7 and 23 into their own separate pieces, keeping the sign plus, and then multiplying each piece by 8. When you write it like this, 8 parentheses 7, that stands for 8 times 7. Now if you could please finish writing the slide in your notes, and unpause the video when you have that complete. Alright kids, now on the teacher example, please remember you don't have to write anything in your notes, but make sure to pay attention. So, when we use the distributive property, we take the number on the outside of the parentheses and distribute it to each part inside the parentheses, making sure to keep the original operation. So in this example, we're distributing 5 to 3 plus 7. Normally, we would add 3 plus 7 to get 10 and multiply it by 5. 5 times 10 equals 50. Now let's see if, when using the distributive property, we get the same result. So to start, we break out 3 plus 7 and we multiply both sides by 5. Here we have 5 times 3, which gives us 15. And here we have 5 times 7, which equals 35. If we add 35 plus 15, we end up with 50, which is the same answer that we got without using the distributive property. So you can see it works. Now in this slide, we'll be replacing one of the numbers from inside the parentheses with a variable. But all the same rules will still be applying to
What happened to my head?
Mr. C, quiet.
This is my class.
This is my classroom today, Mr. C. Here, Mjolnir can hold you down there for a while. Anyway, kids, sorry about the rude interruption from your teacher. So all the same rules still apply to this expression. We have 5 times x plus 7. So we break it into its individual parts, x plus 7, and multiply each side by 5. Now to finish this example, I'll need the help of my trusty hammer, Mjolnir. You can carry on now, Mr. C. So, here we put 5x plus 35. So in our first example, kids, please, you don't have to write the words in your notes, but please write the circled part of this slide as well as any work I do in your notes. Can your hammer do that? I didn't think so. So, some parts of the distributed equation can be solved, while other parts still have the unknown variable and must be left alone. So if you look at this example, 4 times m plus 12, we could leave it like this, but then we wouldn't be able to break it down any further since we don't know what m is. By using the distributive property, we can say 4 times m plus 4 times 12, and we can break down the equation a little bit further. So 4 times m is the same as 4m plus 4 times 12, which is 48. And this is our final answer. So this is example 2. Students, please have a whack at each of these 3 problems and unpause the video when you have an answer. Huh. Well, with the answers, these math problems aren't nearly as scary as frost giants. We got this right, kids. So, for the first problem, we have 6 times x plus 9. To get the answer, we take 6 times x, 6x. We write the plus sign, and then take 6 times 9, which is 54. So our final answer is 6x plus 54. For the second problem, 9 times n minus 2, we take 9 times m, 9m, minus 9 times 2, which is 18. For the third problem, 7 times 3 plus b, we first take 7 times 3 in order to get 21. We copy over our operation, the plus sign, and then write 7 times b, 7b. Now that you've finished example 2, we're moving on to independent or partners practice. Please give these examples a try and come back for the answers. So, here are your answers to independent or partners practice. Students, if you did not get the correct answer, please make sure to write it now. And I have a special surprise for you all. It's a picture of me on one of my many adventures. Kids, please don't forget to check out Thor Ragnarok in a theater near you on November 3rd. And hopefully you get to check out my next video, combining like terms, sometime soon. Later, kids.
Well, hopefully you learned what you needed to.